So Alfie, do you enjoy coming to these sort of events and meeting the fans?
Immensely. It's really cool. I've done a few all over the world actually, and it's very, very good to just see people who are genuinely pleased with the show, and they just want to, they're not just chancers who've just come to any old do. They've come to see people from a show that they love. So it's good to just give something back.
I'm a massive fan of the series. I've read all the books, and the show's been phenomenally successful. Did you have any idea when you started making it how successful it would become?
I always thought the fact that it was sort of big, the books were quite big, that they already had an audience attached to it, and it was HBO, and I thought, it's HBO, so it's bound to definitely get some sort of attention in America for sure, but it going worldwide, I didn't contemplate that, and it's insane. It's just all over the world now. It's like you're a minority if you haven't seen it. Really, it's weird.
Your character Theon, he goes through a bit of a roller coaster, and I think one of the great things about the series is the way that you feel about characters and how that changes. Because in series 2, you're a bit nasty.
Pretty heinous stuff.
Yeah, and this year a lot of we find ourselves really feeling for you with some horrible stuff that you've been going through. How's the reaction been like for that?
I don't really know. It's how has the reaction been to like that? I don't really know.
Well, I think people have been quite shocked because, through no fault of you, no one really liked Theon because he was pretty horrible. But I mean, I've read the series and I know what he goes through. And I think it's quite interesting really to see the character development and how it progresses. And with characters like with Theon and Jamie as well, you're sort of seeing a real turnaround. I think it's just a clever aspect of the show.
Yeah, well, I think that it's he's definitely got an arc, so to say. So it's I think it's going to be quite shocking, and I think a lot of those scenes in series 3 you're supposed to feel uncomfortable watching them.
Definitely.
And also it is kind of gratuitous for the sake of being gratuitous. It's like it's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable because it's kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
so
exactly.
it's not. I'm not talking about the actual. Obviously, the torture is unnecessary to anyone. Torture is unnecessary, but I'm saying the actual sort of the act of watching that torture is it doesn't need to be. That's what I'm saying. It's gratuitous, but it's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. So I think it's achieving that for sure. So I think if that's the reaction that people are feeling uncomfortable watching it, then that's what we set out to achieve.
And as an actor, do you find it difficult to prepare for those sort of scenes? Do you find it difficult to act them out? Because obviously you've got to go through sort of a range of emotions.
Yes. I've never been tortured in my life, so not physically anyway. Mentally I have. But I would say, it was hard drawing on sort of experiences of immense pain. Because I've experienced broken bones and had injuries, but I've never been tortured like that. So it was hard to draw on that, but I hopefully I did a good job.
Well, I think you did. Thanks very much for your time, and appreciate you talking to us.
Thanks, mate.